Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishita, and first up, in a shocking incident, 6 people were charred to death in a horrific accident on National Highway 4. The bus was travelling from Davangere to Bengaluru. Around 15 people have been injured and have been admitted to taluk hospitals as well as hospitals in Davangere. The bus allegedly belonged to SPR Travels, and totally there were 29 passengers on board this ill-fated bus. Well, in fact, these were the scenes witnessed last night in Chitradurga as the bus went up in flames. It is believed at this point in time that the bus could have caught fire due to a technical glitch, and the fire might have started in the engine area of the bus. The fire then engulfed the entire bus, even as passengers struggled to make their way out. While 15 passengers managed to escape, there were 6 others who were trapped inside and lost their lives. 3 passengers are believed to be in a grievous condition and have been admitted to the Davangere Taluk Hospital, whereas 12 others have sustained only minor injuries and have managed to escape this horrific tragedy. The driver of the bus, one Firoz, who was driving this bus, has gone absconding soon after realizing that the bus has caught fire, leaving the passengers to fend for themselves. These were the scenes while the fire department officials were dousing the flames. You can see absolute charred remains of the bus. Fortunately, this was not a Volvo bus. This was not an air-conditioned bus, rather, and that's the reason why many of the passengers could escape by merely opening up the windows. They jumped out of the windows and even managed to rescue their loved ones. But this is the horrific scene that is being witnessed in Chitradurga, which speaks of the tragedy that occurred last night that claimed the life of 6 innocent passengers. Family members have still not arrived at the hospitals, and the police officials have not been able to identify the identity of the deceased, as the bodies have been charred beyond recognition. DNA tests will be conducted to ascertain the identity of the deceased, is what the police have told at this point in time. And curious onlookers have come in to take a look at what is one of the more grave tragedies, bus tragedies, that our state has ever witnessed. 6 people have lost their lives. Well, my colleague Harish joins us from right outside the travel agency's office. Well, Harish, a lot of confusion regarding the association of this travel agency with the ill-fated bus. While the bus had the board of the travel agency has washed its hands of the incident. What more can you tell us, and what are the details that you're getting from the agency itself?
Well, what we're learning from here is that SPR Travels as a subcontract was part of the largest Swagat Travels in Majestic, and 4 months back that contract between Swagat Travels and SPR got over. After the contract got over, SPR walked out of the Swagat Travels group, and later on they started a separate SPR Tours and Travels here in Dr. Rajkumar Road. This is roughly around 4 months back, and they were operating independently. This is not a full-fledged travel agency as such. If you look at the working condition and the kind of structure in place over here, it's hardly anything but professional. This is the office of SPR Travels. Right now, nobody is here apart from one staff member. No one else is present here. Nobody to give information on what were the bookings that were made and how many people were inside this particular bus when it met with the accident. No details about the tickets or people who might have taken the bus in between on the way to Bengaluru. Also, what we are learning is one more major problem with this travels, and the problem that police are facing right now is that we are learning that they did not have internet or an online ticket booking system, or even no database about the tickets that were booked that is online. It was completely manual. There's no structure as well. They were just picking up people randomly on the way, taking them on board, just collecting money and issuing one ticket receipt. No background checking, no information that's available both here and as well as Davangere office. What we'll do is we have one of the junior staff members of the SPR Travels. We'll try and talk to him and find out more on how this travels exactly operated. First of all, Yogesh, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ?
ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ.
ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಸ್? ಇವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು?
ಸರ್ ಅದ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೂ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗಿನ್ನೂ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಚಿತ್ರದುರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ?
ಅದೇ ಇದು ನಡೆದಿರೋ ಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ಗಳು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬುಕ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಯೋಗೇಶ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಏನಾರ ಬುಕಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಗಳಿದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾರೇ ಒಂದು ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮಾ? ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿ?
ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಅದೇ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಬುಕಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು?
ಸರ್ ಅದ್ರ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನನಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇದು ಬಸ್ ನಿಮ್ದೇ ಆದ್ರೆ?
ಹಾಂ,
ಬಸ್ಸು ನಿಮ್ದೇನೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ? ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ 26-30 ಜನ ಹಿಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲೀಪರು. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬಸ್ ಇದು? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಸಾಧಾರಣ?
ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನನಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ.
Okay, there you go. One of the junior staff members of SPR Travels who told us that he has very little information, sketchy information. His boss hasn't asked him to give out any information as of now. He claims he's on his way to Chitradurga to go to this spot where the accident has happened. But he tells us that it was an ordinary sleeper bus that was here. As I was telling before talking to him, this will be a problem, Nishita. There is absolutely no database about the passengers who had taken this bus. So the police will find it difficult to establish if anyone is missing. They won't know how many people were in this bus. And if the ticket collector is, the conductor is one of the person who's killed in this accident, then you absolutely have no way to get information on how many people were there and how many people had got on board in between. Remember, most of these buses operate on a very, very informal or a very unprofessional way. They don't have a ticketing system over there. The bus starts at one particular bus stand. You have the conductor who stands outside the bus and starts calling out the destination name saying Bangalore, and people who want to come to Bangalore will hop onto the bus. There is one ticket receipt that's issued. Apart from that, there's absolutely no documentation of how many people might have got into the bus. Remember, after the Jabbar travel incident, there were specific guidelines issued by the State Transport Department stating that every private travels should make sure that there's 3 copies of people who are traveling with details, and address and phone numbers, and 1 copy has to be on board the bus, 2nd at the head office or the office of the travels, and the 3rd has to be periodically submitted to the State Transport Department. But clearly that is not happening majorly, and even in this case it doesn't look like it has happened. Just look at the kind of responsibility that this travels has. There were earlier bus accidents as well, including Jabbar Travels and National. At least there you had people giving out information from the desk of the travels about how many people had taken the bus and their age and their phone numbers, and the list of travels, people who had taken the bus, the passenger list, entire passenger list. Remember, this accident has happened somewhere around 1:30, and it's a good 9 hours, 8.5, 9 hours, and there is absolutely no passenger list that has been put out, showing how unprofessional this entire whole private transport sector is working. Large parts of this private transport sector is working, Nishita.
Right, and also Harish, are we seeing relatives actually coming in and trying to find out more about their loved ones, considering that it has been several hours now that we are running this particular story? The relatives would have at least gotten information through the media. So are they coming in to find out more about their loved ones? What is the status and the like?
Well, in the past few hours that we are here at the SPR travel office, not many people have come here. We haven't seen anyone coming here to inquire. There's absolutely no one to give information. At the same time, there's no one coming in here. What we are told is that many of these people who came in, who took this bus, were from Davangere, locals of Davangere, who were coming to Bangalore, and tickets too were booked over there. So absolutely, it's not clear if any of their relatives who are here in Bangalore are trying to contact this office, or whether they are in touch with the local district administration in Chitradurga. But at least here, we haven't seen anyone coming for information, Nishita.
Right, and also, Harish, the main issue as far as private buses are concerned is the maintenance. Previously too, when bus accidents have come to light, questions have been raised as to how the buses are maintained, whether they are regularly checked, whether they are given that fitness certificate. What about SPR Travels? What kind of a backdrop does it have? Do we have any information on that front, or do we have no one there to answer our questions?
Well, as you rightly mentioned in your last part of the question, there's absolutely no one here to give out information on the condition of the bus, if it had a fitness certificate that was revised or that was given again after a fitness test, whether it was valid, and what kind of experience the driver had. Remember, Santosh, the owner of SPR Travels, who spoke to us earlier in the day, claimed that the driver had roughly around 10 years of experience, but right now his phone is switched off and there's no information on that bit. Also, there were guidelines issued by